Week 1 of the regular season is coming to a close tonight, so let's talk about all the things we've learned from Week 1 so far. The only game this will not include is the Vikings-Bears game, so if you're looking for what we learned from that, I have no idea yet. Come back later. There's been a lot of great football this week. There's been a lot of bad football. Obviously, Bills-Ravens had the best game. Great game, actually. But let's get into the games. All right, the very first game of the week was Cowboys-Eagles, and honestly, what we got out of this game is the Cowboys aren't as bad as we thought they would be, as bad as we thought they would be. But I'll say the one thing is, I know Javonte has a great stat line, he had two touchdowns, 54 yards, but he's still not very high on the yards per carry scale. He still averages about what he did with Denver, so I don't expect him to be their fix for their run game, but we'll see down the line. And the Eagles need to use A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith more, because they struggled. But honestly, this was a good first game. I was pleasantly surprised by this game. Next up is the Chiefs-Chargers game. And as a Broncos fan, this might have been my personal favorite game of the week. You'll know. You have no idea why. And the one thing for the Chiefs for me is they need Rice back bad. I know Worthy got hurt, but it seems like it's only going to be day-to-day for right now. Dislocated shoulder. He could be out this next game, but we'll have to wait and see. And for the Chargers, Herbert's that guy. Still is that guy. Let's just hope he don't choke during the playoffs. I don't think he will now that he's cracking Madison Beer. He's that guy. He's winning the Super Bowl, let's be honest. I am very, very interested in Hampton. Next up, we got Dolphins-Colts, and what the absolute fuck was this game? Tua turned the ball over. He sucks, let's be honest. I think the scrambled brains might be getting to him. I hope not. I do like Tua. I really do. I really wanted the Dolphins to be decent. I picked the Dolphins in this game. I did. I believed in them. I didn't think they were going to make Obviously, I know the Dolphins' defense sucks. That's my one takeaway. That's one of the two takeaways. The other one is Tua turned the ball over is still a very valid nickname. Because you know it's bad when your Dolphins' defense makes Daniel Jones look like prime Peyton Manning. And this just goes to prove that Colts can win games with Daniel Jones. I didn't expect it. I really didn't. I know the defense was dog shit and the offense was dog shit for the Dolphins. I mean, the Colts definitely, they're not going to make the playoffs. We'll see how they do once they play the Broncos defense next week. That'll give you a story. If they, absolutely torch us, there's somebody to watch. And now we got the Steelers-Jets, and my God, honestly, what a game. Probably the second highest scoring game of the week. Let's just say both teams are very happy that they switched quarterbacks. Breece Hall had a very good game. Breece Hall is my favorite player on the Jets, and honestly, the Jets are better than I thought, or the Steelers' defense isn't as good as it once was. And I know it's the first game, so obviously there's going to be people in the comments it's the first game, calm down. This is just saying what we learned from week 1. Everything can change by the end of the season. The Jets could be in Super Bowl talks by the end of the season. Will they? Probably not, but they could. I think the Steelers I think they have the possibility of winning some playoff games with Rodgers, because Rodgers looked good for them yesterday. And the Jets, I'm surprised they put up as much of a fight as they did. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Jets. I want to wait another week on the Jets, see how I'm feeling still. Panthers-Jags game for me was also another what the hell game. It was just one of those things, Bryce Young, he was showing some flashes towards the end of last season. I picked the Panthers in this game really because I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence that much, which, I mean, he didn't do great anyway. But, so I still don't believe in him. Travis Etienne carried the Jaguars. So, Jaguars, what we learned from you guys this week is you're lucky you still have Etienne, because T-Law is not that great. Bryce Young wasn't great either. Tetairoa McMillan had a pretty solid game with 5 catches, 70 yards, pretty much 70 yards. I'm rounding up. One thing with the Jaguars is you need to get Brian Thomas Jr. the ball more than once. He might have had more targets than one, but he needs to get the ball more than once, because that is a playmaker for you, an absolute dog. Bryce Young just regressed a little bit from the end of last year. He might kick back into that last season form, but if Bryce Young doesn't go back to how he was playing at the end of last season, then their season's already cooked. Next up is Cardinals Saints, and Marvin Harrison Jr. had a great game. Love Marvin Harrison Jr. Kyler Murray didn't play bad. Trey Benson was good too. The Saints, I'm kind of surprised they were hanging around in this game. I think the Cardinals definitely could have put up more points, but is what it is. I think you need to give Kamara the ball more than 11 times, especially because Spencer Rattler threw the ball 46 times and barely got over 200 yards. Obviously, you need a new QB in New Orleans. But, why are we only giving Kamara the ball 11 times? Rushing-wise, I know he obviously had 2 catches, but come on. Come on, Saints. Come on. You had a chance to win this game, honestly. You did. Ooh. And now we have the Browns-Bengals game. And all I can say about the Browns is they can't run the ball for shit. Bengals defensive line is the only good part about their defense. Your number one rush of this game. Just put it on the screen for you. Your number one rush of this game had 12 carries for 29 yards. You might as well have not ran it at all, honestly. But Joe Flacco already threw the ball 45 times. I'm surprised his elbow's still working. I'm surprised it wasn't grinded out to dust after throwing the ball 45 times. Because that is a crazy amount for somebody that age. The thing with the Bengals is their defense still sucks, but their two interceptions are honestly what got the Bengals D through this game. If they wouldn't have got those 2 picks, Browns win this game by 2 touchdowns, literally. Bengals really need to invest in their defense. They really need to, really bad. Next up, we got Commanders-Giants, and there's only one thing I'm going to say about the Giants team. Mr. Unlimited Diarrhea. Okay, and moving on to the Commanders. Corey Krosky-Merritt. I know there was talks about him all offseason, and I was like, whatever, whatever. And then they traded Brian Robinson, and I was like, okay, there might be some truth behind those. He actually might be a dog. 10 carries for 82 yards? Rookie that nobody really knew about besides Commander fans? And people that pay attention to a lot of other teams. That's crazy. I was like, I'm going to be honest, when they traded Brian Robinson, I was like, you're really leaving Eckler as your number one running back? I was like, you're going to be passing the ball a lot, which they still pass it 30 times, but you already got 82 yards off 10 carries from JCM, so I am excited for the Washington team this year. I think they're going to be very good. Ooh, they play the Packers next week. That's going to be a good game, and it's primetime Thursday Night Football. Next up, we got Buccaneers-Falcons. The one thing I have to say about the Buccaneers is Egbuka is a dog, and I'm still kind of mad about the Buccaneers taking him, to be honest, because I wanted the Broncos to take him at 20. But they beat us to it. So that part sucked. We did end up getting Jahdae Barron, but as of right now, he's all right. But we already had a great corner room to the point where I would have preferred Egbuka. So Buccaneers, if you want to trade, just trade across the board. Let me know. Not actually me. Call George Payton. And Falcons, the one thing with the Falcons, I will say, Bijan did a great job in the receiving game. Great job. Bijan was awesome this game. But I want them to get that run game going more. Because there's no reason your top rusher should only have 24 yards. Yeah, the Falcons had 69 rushing yards total. You should have more than that with Bijan. But he did great in the rushing game. I mean, he did great in the passing game. So if that works, it works. Fuck it, keep doing it. But I mean, you lost, so it didn't work. Never mind. Same thing with the Buccaneers, though. They need to get that run game going because they were not great here. Their leading rusher was Baker. So, yikes. Raiders-Pats was also another decent game. Thing for the Patriots, you could tell they were missing Christian Gonzalez because Geno Smith dropped 362 yards on your head. Did they end up in a lot of touchdowns? No, they did not. But Brock Bowers is still a dog, so they got that going for him. And I don't know if I didn't get to watch this game. This is one of the games I did not get to watch whatsoever, or I didn't pay attention to. So I don't know if it was the Raiders O-line that was the problem, or what. Because 19 carries for 38 yards is not that good. And now we're getting into our afternoon slate of games, the 49ers-Seahawks game. So the one thing I will say about the Seahawks is Kenneth Walker might officially be washed. I know they're probably not using him as much because might be rehabbing his injury still a little bit, but I mean, he's still got 9 carries. He's still got 10 carries compared to the Charbonnet getting 12. But he only went 10 for 20 and averaged 2 yards. So I think Kenneth Walker might be out the door here soon. Could be an overreaction. It is week 1, but we'll see. And for the 49ers, if Purdy can limit his turnovers and Christian McCaffrey can kind of get back to where he was rushing-wise, he was still a dog in the receiving game. But I want to see him get the yards per carry up. I know he was going against the Seahawks. They have a pretty solid defense at some points. I know Tariq Woolen has kind of been struggling. God, I wish he was still playing like his rookie self. I like Tariq Woolen. Hopefully he can get back to it because him and Witherspoon together, if they both play like the best they possibly can, that's a good cornerback. That's a good corner room. Just saying. Next up, we got my game. Broncos-Titans. Broncos defense absolutely saved them this game. Bo was kind of forcing. He was trying to make shit happen, but it just really wasn't wasn't worth it because our wide receivers could not get separation for shit this game. Genuinely, they could not get separation whatsoever. So I won't even say like the picks were entirely his fault, because I do think the first pick, I genuinely think Sutton could have ripped that out of that corner's hands. Like, he could have just, like, he caught it like this. He caught it over his head like this. And Sutton was behind him. All you got to do is pull that, and it's yours. And the second one was, like, honestly just a great play by that defense. That dude dove in for it. That was a good pick. And I know it says 12 for 28 for Cam Ward right here. That is not Cam Ward's fault. Cam Ward played great for what he had. Those wide receivers are ass. Calvin Ridley had, like, what, 4 drops in the second half? It was bad. And Titans coach is an absolute bozo. Callahan will not be an NFL head coach after this season. Lions, Packers. Lions are missing Ben Johnson. That's what I'll say about them. I still think they can turn it around. They need to get the run game going also, but they're going to miss Ben Johnson is all I have to say. And we'll see how Ben Johnson does tonight. Packers have a solid chance to win the NFC North at the moment, as the time of recording, because tonight I do watch the Vikings and Bears, so that might be a little bit of a reach right now. I like the Packers. I really like Josh Jacobs. Love Josh Jacobs. I think the Micah Parsons was a good move. It might hurt them in the future with draft capital-wise, but it was kind of a win-now move. And I think they could win now. I don't know about Super Bowl, because, you know, you still got the Eagles in your way and all that shit, but it could be a threat at the playoffs. Texans-Rams. Another game that I didn't get to watch at all, but I'm not mad that I didn't get to watch it at all. Seemed like the most interesting thing in this game is Puka was bleeding. That looked like from his eye, but it looked like it was coming down from his forehead. I don't know. One thing I've seen out of this game, though, and heard about this game is the Texans were crap on third down in this game, and they had way too many flags. Way too many flags. They had like 11, right? 11 flags for 80 yards. Yeah, yikes. And my thing with the Rams is they still have a great passing game. Like, you have Puka in your corner, you have Devontae Adams, and you have Stafford, who's still putting up numbers. Like, they need to get the run game going so they can be a little bit more balanced. All I know is this game was an absolute punt fest. But my opinion does not mean much for that game because I didn't get to watch it. So, in the best game of the week, Ravens-Bills. And yes, I was one of the people that fell asleep at the end of the third quarter. I won't lie. So when I woke up to this, I was like, oh, I thought this game was done and over with. As you can see by this little score right here, 22 points in the fourth. And I do know there's some Ravens fans that are blaming Derrick Henry because of his fumble. But, like, come on. That dude put on a clinic that day. 18 carries for 170 yards. Shut up. Shut up. The only thing I will say is I wish the Ravens would have passed a little bit more. Like, I'm saying only like 5 to 6 more. Like 11 max, like 30 attempts passing. I would like to see the Ravens pass a little bit more, and it's the opposite for the Bills. I'd like to see them run a little bit more, at least try to get it going. I understand in this game, they couldn't get it going. But Josh Allen is still, like, and for the Bills, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league right now. And it's not close. Lamar's second, and Mahomes is probably third, fourth maybe. But Josh Allen's number one, and nobody can convince me otherwise. 400 yards, Josh Allen. Dude's an absolute dog. Almost threw the ball 50 times. That dude's a stud. Stud. And those were our takeaways from the Week 1 games, besides the Vikings-Bears game. I'm interested to see how that game plays out tonight, but I'll have my Week 2 picks come out tomorrow, and then I'll probably have my Week 1 power rankings come out on Wednesday. So, I love y'all, and I'll see you then.